Hi guys, and welcome to the 9th episode in the Study Hack series. And in the last one we looked at the Feynman technique, and what we're going to do is just going to build on that a bit more in terms of how to memorize and learn information a bit more efficiently and better. So again, I'm going to start with a quote, and this is quite a common saying, and in this case it's attributed to Henry Harris, or this one, which is, "All I can say is a picture is worth 1,000 words." So the reason why I brought this quote up is because actually, if you think about memory, it's a lot easier for people to remember images than text. Okay, right? So if you think about memory champions and stuff, like the people that reach the top, they visualize things so much and they split them into chunks. There are lots of techniques, and one of the techniques they use is through visual learning. We pretty much, as people, tend to remember things visually a lot more than through any other method, because we use our eyes all the time. Think about it. Even when we're not really thinking about things, we're looking at things. So if you think about reflecting on your own experiences, you're probably more likely to remember someone's face than a piece of text that you read, just a piece of text. Or you're more likely to remember an object, an object like a building, the shape of a building, the color of something, the structure or shape of things, because you see them. So basically what I'm trying to say is a picture can help you store a lot more information than just words alone. Okay, and so the dilemma, of course, is that textbooks pretty much primarily contain words and not images. Occasionally you have images which help explain the words or help understand the words, but more often than not you'll see words there. So the technique that I use as well to go with the Feynman technique when I'm trying to write it out is I would try to visualize as much as possible what that text is trying to say. Okay, so in other words, if there was a piece of text there, which talked about, I don't know, anything like enzyme binds to substrate gets broken down into products, I would visualize in my head that whole process going on. And that, through visualizing it and seeing a picture in my head, a clear picture of what's going on, I was able to remember that information, not only understand and remember it at that moment, but it allowed me to store that information for a long period of time after that. So try to visualize and obviously for some subjects it's more relevant, like sciences and history, geography, and so on. It's maybe not history so much, but sciences and subjects like say other stuff, maybe like RE and stuff. Whereas things like English is probably less relevant. But still, my point is try to visualize as much of what's going on as possible, because that will help you. The pictures can then stay with you for much longer. Then make sure you've got those pictures in your head a lot very clear, or a lot clearer. Try to make them a lot clearer, so you can again consolidate that image in your head, which will again store information for you. So essentially the action step would be to, when you have a piece of text that you're reading through, try if possible to visualize as much of that information as possible. So try and convert that text basically into images in your head that you can then bank on to get that information for you. Okay, and even if you want, you can draw out what the text is showing. So you can actually draw out, let's say, the enzyme with a substrate. You can actually draw out the whole process. And when you draw out the whole process, there is your image. So instead of having to visualize it, you can actually draw it out, and that will be the image that you can bank on to help you store that information and understand what's going on. So that would be the action step. It's a very brief study hack, but it's very important that you understand the power of images, and you use that, you leverage that power in your education. Take advantage of that, and you have to experiment as well. Try out different things, and this is one of the things I want you to try out, is to try to think more in images, and you will definitely be rewarded for that in your education. Okay, so please like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel so I can keep producing content for you, and I'll see you in the next study hack.